Hi everyone, I'm Daria. Today I'm going to teach you how to crochet a headband. This is a very easy tutorial, but you need to be familiar with some basic crochet stitches. Welcome back to DaryaCrochetLife. On this channel I post knitting and crochet lessons, simple and not so simple tutorials on how to make different knitting and crochet projects. So if any of that interests you, please subscribe to my channel. Here you can see all the materials and tools that we'll need for today's tutorial. So first of all, let's talk about yarn. You can use any yarn you like. It can be thin, it can be thick, whatever you like. Today I decided to work with one of my favorite yarn brands. It is Drops Air. I bought this particular ball, I don't know, so many years ago. I don't even remember where did I get it. But it's pretty popular yarn and you can buy it almost everywhere. So what's so special about this yarn? This is a really good content. So for example, this one is 65% alpaca, 28% polyamide and 7% wool. So it's like a polyamide cord and alpaca and wool inside. So it's very light and soft yarn. This ball is okay, let me see. This ball is 50 gram and it has 150 meters or 164 yards. And we are recommended to use 5mm needles or hook, which is US 8 or H8. So this yarn, I was working with this yarn for so many years and I really like it. It's very soft, it's light and warm. This is the perfect yarn for winter. And for today's project, for the headband, I will work with 2 strands. So I want my headband to be a little bit thicker, so that's why I will work with 2 strands. You know that this kind of balls, they have 2 yarn ends, one that is going from the outside, this one, and you can also find another one from the inside. And then you take 2 ends together and you work with 2 of them like one. Okay, let's come back to the label. So if you're interested, this is my color number 8. And it's like this light pink yarn. Okay, so I will work with 5mm hook or hook H. So this particular hook is from brand Clover. I really like it. It's so smooth and it's very comfortable to hold this hook. We will also need measuring tape. We will need tapestry needle and scissors. Okay, we are ready to crochet our headband. If you decide to work with different yarn, please be careful. Check the label of your yarn and pick a hook based on the recommendations from your yarn label. So no one can tell you what kind of hook to use with the yarn except for the label. I mean, you can experiment yourself and try to find the best tension, but the best starting point is just looking on the label. So as I said, I will work with 2 strands together. So I just take 2 of them together, put as one, and I will always work as 1 strand. And first thing that we need to do is a magic knot. So you need to make a magic knot, and then we need to make our foundational chain. So the total number of stitches will depend on how wide you want your headband to be, and at the same time it should be divided by 2 plus 1. So you can cast on any odd number of stitches. So I think that would be easy for you. And I will chain 17 stitches at the beginning. So I'm making yarn over, pull through. This is my first stitch and I will do 17 stitches. That's just because I like the width of this amount of stitches. I will tell you how many centimeters it is after I'll finish my foundational chain. Okay, so my 17 stitches are, okay, let me show you. I think they're around 5 inches long or 12.5 centimeters long, but it doesn't mean that my headband would be this is not the width of the headband, because over here we incorporated the first double crochet, so I would say my headband would be like 4.5 inches, 11.5 centimeters wide. Okay, after you have your foundational chain, once again the total number of stitches should be divided by 2 plus 1. In my case I have 17 stitches. Then we need to skip 1, 2, 3, and we will do our first stitch into the 4th chain. So be careful and count 1, 2, and 3, and you will insert your hook into the stitch number 4. And we need to make yarn over and insert our hook into the 4th stitch and then make a double crochet. So the first row is very, very easy. That's the easiest row ever. You just make a row of double crochet. In every next stitch, you don't increase, you don't decrease, you just make 1 double crochet in every stitch. And you work like this to the end. So this is my first row, and these 3 chains that we skipped at the very beginning, they will play a role of 1 stitch, and you need to count your stitches after every row of double crochet, so you will know that you still have correct number of stitches. If you have the same number of stitches as me, at the end you should have 15 double crochet. Usually I count my double crochet by counting bars. You can count from tops 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can count bars 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and this is the last one. Remember I told you this is those 3 chains, they play a role of double crochet, and that's 15. So if you have different number of stitches, let's say you will have 21 chains at the very beginning, so in your first row you will have 21 minus 2, which is 19 stitches, including these 3 plain, like that would be, you count it as 1. Okay, next row you do like this, you chain 1, and then you need to turn your work, and you will turn it like you turn in a page in a book if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, you turn it vice versa to the other side like this. But for right-handed people, we turn it like we're turning a page in a book. Then we need to skip this turning chain and insert your hook into the first double crochet under both loops from the previous row and make a single crochet. Single crochet, and then yarn over and insert your hook into the same hole again where you just did your single crochet, and make a double crochet into the same hole. After that you need to skip next stitch, and into the second one you will repeat single crochet and double crochet. Both of them will go into the same stitch. Single crochet and then double crochet into the same stitch. So it's very easy row. You do single crochet, double crochet, skip 1, single crochet, double crochet into the same stitch, skip 1, and you work like that to the end, and I'll show you what to do at the end. Skip 1, single crochet, double crochet. You need to stop when you will have just 2 stitches left. Look, so this is my double crochet, and this last bar is 3 chains which play role of 1 double crochet, so that's why I'm stopping when I have 2 stitches. This next one I'm skipping, and into the last one, which is the third, the topest chain, I'm inserting my hook over there like this, like that, so under both loops, and I need to make just 1 single crochet over there. That's what you're supposed to have at the end of this row. After that, you need to make 2 turning chains. So 2 chains. Turn your work the same way. If you're right-handed, you turn it like a page in a book. Then you skip 1, 2 turning chains, and you skip next stitch, because it's like these 2 turning chains, they play a role of double crochet, and they will sit on top of the first or last stitch from the previous row. So that's why we will skip 1, 2, 3 V, and we will do our double crochet into the 4th, starting from the 4th V. So one more time, you can look from the top. You skip 1, 2, 3, and you will go into the 4 under both loops like this, and you make your first double crochet. And if we count, we will have 2 bars, so that means we have two stitches, and you need to make 1 double crochet in every next stitch to the end of the row. And at the end of the row, you're supposed to have the number of stitches that you had here in the first row. At the end of this row, please be careful. So I need to have 15 stitches in total. So if you're not sure how many stitches you're supposed to have, like how to make at the end, please count starting from the first bar. Count your bars: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, that means I need to make 1 more double crochet, and please insert your hook under both loops like this. And always count your double crochet, so you will know that you're not increasing. And that's it that you need to know. After that, you repeat row 2 and row 3 to the desired length. And desired length, so you will measure from the beginning to the end. So you will make like a big rectangle, and the length of this rectangle should be your head circumference. If I make it for myself, and I will try it on myself, and keep in mind that like it will be stretching a little bit, so you need to stretch it because we want our headband to be like fitted. So my measurement is 58 centimeters. When from here to the end I will have 58 centimeters, then I will stop and I'll show you how to sew this all together. But let me start next row with you. So I'm doing my chain 1, flip my work like a book, skip my turning chain, and go into the next stitch under both loops and start doing my single crochet and double into the same hole. Then I'm skipping next stitch and going into the second stitch and doing single crochet and double into the next stitch. And you work like this to the end, and at the end you will do just 1 single crochet, then 2 turning chains, turn your work, count 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th you will make your double crochet, and you will do a row of double crochet. So it's like this row, and then next row just double crochet. It's a very, very easy pattern. All right, I'll see you when I will have desired length, which is 58 centimeters in my case. All right, I finished my desired length. That's what I have right now. So from the beginning to the end, I have around 58 centimeters. That's my head circumference. I even don't want to count the number of rows. It doesn't really matter. So don't bother to count how many rows you did. What's most important is that you still have a correct width, that these two edges, they are the same length. Yeah, you know what you can do? You can try it on yourself. So if you can wrap it around your head and these two come together, so then you need to stop. Don't make it too big, otherwise you will keep losing your headband. Okay, so now you can take your scissors and you can cut the working yarn, but cut it a little bit longer. So I would say 3 times longer than this seam would be enough, like this. And then we need to fasten off, so take this yarn end and pull it through the remaining loop and tighten that. All right, after that you can take tapestry needle and thread the yarn end through the tapestry needle, and we're ready to sew. So this pattern can be double-sided, so you need to decide yourself which side you like more. Me personally, I think this is I want this to be a wrong side and this to be a right side, so this is my good side. And you need to put your rectangle with the right side up. Then you take these 2 ends, you fold them in half like this, and then you need to make a kiss, a French kiss, I would say. So these two, they're kissing each other, and the right side is inside. So check that everything is okay, nothing is twisted. What's most important is that this part is not twisted. That's what you're supposed to have. Please compare it with my piece, and then we can sew. Okay, so we need to make a seam through all 4 layers like this. So first of all, I will insert my needle into the same stitch where my working yarn is going out, like this. Then I make a keep inserting the needle through all 4 layers like that and pull through. And you always need to insert your needle from the same side where your working yarn is going out, and make sure that you go through all 4 layers, and you need to sew it like that to the end. Here at the end, so ignore this yarn end right now, I like to join this part a little bit more, so I want to close it to sew it a little bit more, and I'll do a couple stitches like that. And then after that, for extra security, I want to go back to this point the same way like I was doing before, through all layers, and I'm going to the other side. And then I will attach this part to this one a little bit more, like I did before with on the other side, like this. Couple more stitches. All right, and then I need to make a security knot, so I will insert my needle into a nearby loop, maybe like this one, pull it through but not to the end. I will leave bigger loop, and then I insert my needle into that loop, and then I tighten everything. After that you can weave in ends, and it's very easy to weave in right into the seam, so I will just do a little bit more stitches like that, and then I will cut the excess yarn. Yeah, now I can take my scissors and cut the excess yarn. Be careful, don't cut the fabric. And then you need to weave in the same way this yarn end. So I'm taking my needle, pulling the yarn end through the tapestry needle, and weaving in this end the same way like I did the first end. And cut the excess yarn. And after that you can flip it over And that's what you're supposed to have at the end. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave me a comment. All the links to materials and tools that I used in this tutorial will be in the description box below. And if you want to make this headband and post it on the Instagram, please tag me. Here you can see my Instagram name. I really like to see what you're doing following my tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.